Welcome to Simple Solutions Diva. I'm Laura Mori, and today I'm talking all about simple holiday survival. With the holidays comes a lot of people, whether you're having a holiday party, you're having a family reunion, or you're just hosting Christmas Eve dinner. You gotta feed everyone, and you want to make it simple on yourself. So, nothing says easy cooking like crock-pot cooking. What's better? Take a crock pot, you throw all your ingredients in, 4 to 8 hours later, you've got a complete meal. So this I'm going to tell you all about my favorite crock pot recipe. It's called Crockpot Ropa Vieja, and it is a Cuban dish. My family actually calls it mojo chicken, and I'll explain that later. But here is the recipe. You don't even have to write it down. It's going to be on the website. So, first, you take a sweet Vidalia onion, you chop it up, you put it at the bottom of your crock pot. Next, you take a 2-pound pork tenderloin or 4 to 6 boneless chicken breasts. The key is you can use either one of those meats. The key is it needs to be boneless, and both of those meats, they're wonderful cuts because they're very lean. So you take your meat, pork or chicken, you lay it on top of the onions. Next up, you take a cup of chicken broth. You just pour it in there. Usually I try to make sure that I see the broth peeking up just as it's touching the chicken breasts. Next, this is the secret to our Ropa Vieja. It is a mojo marinade. It's by Goya, and it's chock full of yummy ingredients. It's got bitter orange, it's got lemon, it's very citrusy with a garlic and lots of herbs. And I don't know if you can see this or not. There, it is just chock. So when you pour this, you want to make sure you shake it up to make sure all the ingredients are dispersed. So you take 3/4 of a cup of the mojo marinade, and you pour that all over your crock-pot chicken. Next up, I love garlic. And I also loved this minced garlic in a jar. It's really easy. If you're looking for quick, I keep this in the fridge for emergency uses. Here I use two very generous tablespoons of minced garlic. Next up are the spices. I love spices. Here I'm using 2 tablespoons of chili powder. I'm using a teaspoon of cumin. And then as an option, you don't have to add this if you don't want to, I'm also adding a 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika. It adds another layer of flavor, a smokiness to your recipe. So I put all of that into the crock pot, and the beauty of this recipe is you can make this as spicy as you want, and when you look at the recipe on my website, you'll understand. This is really to taste. Finally, well, not finally, another optional ingredient is finely chopped 1 or 2 chipotle peppers, and you can find these in a can. It's usually called chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. So I take 2 of those, I chop them up finely, and I put them into my crock pot on top of all that chicken. And then, last but not least, I add a can of Rotel diced tomatoes with green chilies. Just pour that all on top. This is looking really good. I put the cover on. Today I'm setting it to high because I need this in about 5 hours. You put it away, it sits and it cooks for 4 to 8 hours, depending low or high. At the end, when it's done cooking, the trick to this is, and this is what makes it shredded, you take 2 forks, well, you actually want to put 2 oven mitts on because the steam is really hot. You take 2 forks and you just go in and you just shred that chicken or that pork with the 2 forks. It is so easy, and what I love to do, for a main dish, I serve this over yellow rice. Put a sprinkling of cheddar cheese on top, and then I also throw in a little bit of green Tabasco sauce because I like it a little spicy. Serve it like that, or The recipe's very versatile. Make a big batch, cut it in half, do half with rice, do the other half use for taco meat or burrito meat, or even you can use it for sliders. Get the little mini rolls, serve it on sliders. It is so good, right out of the crock pot onto the sliders. It's wonderful. I did it for a party. Everyone loved it. So it's Crockpot Ropa Vieja. Thank you for joining me. Check out simplesolutionsdiva.com. I have the recipe for it right on there. And thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you next time.